Hey everyone, this is chapter 4 of Think and Grow Rich. I'm practicing reading out loud. I made a commitment to start reading more books, so maybe this one will be, I'll try to read louder. This webcam I bought, um, the microphone doesn't seem that strong. So, chapter 4, Auto Suggestion. The medium for influencing the subconscious mind is auto suggestion, the third step towards riches. Autosuggestion is a term which applies to all suggestions and all self administered stimuli which reach one's mind through the five senses. Stated in another way, autosuggestion is self-suggestion. It is the agency of communication between that part of the mind where conscious thought takes place and that which serves as the seat of action for the subconscious mind. Through the dominating thoughts which one permits to remain in the subconscious mind, whether these thoughts be negative or positive is immaterial. The principle of autosuggestion voluntarily reaches the subconscious mind and influences it with these thoughts. Maybe my reading out loud will get better over time. Nature has so built man that he has absolute control over the material which reaches his subconscious mind through his five senses. Although this is not meant to be construed as a statement that man always exercises this control, in the great majority of instances, he does not exercise it, which explains why so many people go through life in poverty. Recall what has been said about the subconscious mind resembling a fertile garden spot, in which weeds will grow in abundance, if the seeds of more desirable crops are not sown therein. Autosuggestion is the agency of control through which an individual may voluntarily feed his subconscious mind on thoughts of a creative nature, or by neglect, permit thoughts of a destructive nature to find their way into the rich garden of the mind. See and feel money in your hands. You were instructed in the last of the six steps described in the chapter on desire to read aloud twice daily the written statement of your desire for money, and to see and feel yourself already in possession of the money. By following these instructions, you communicate the object of your desire directly to your subconscious mind in the spirit of absolute faith. Through repetition of this procedure, you voluntarily create thought habits which are favorable to your efforts to transmute desire into its monetary equivalent. Go back to these steps described in Chapter 2 and read them again, very carefully, before you proceed further. Then, when you come to it, read very carefully the four instructions for the organization of your mastermind group, described in the chapter on organization and planning. By comparing the two sets of instructions with that which has been stated on autosuggestion, you, of course, will see that instructions involve the application of the principle of autosuggestion. Remember, therefore, when reading aloud the statement of your desire, through which you are endeavoring to develop a money consciousness, that the mere reading of the words is of no consequence, unless you mix emotion or feeling with your words. Your subconscious mind recognizes and acts only upon thoughts which have been well mixed with emotion or feeling. This is a fact of such importance as to warrant repetition in practically every chapter, because the lack of understanding of this is the main reason the majority of people who try to apply the principle of autosuggestion get no desirable results. Plain, unemotional words do not influence the subconscious mind. You will get no appreciable results if you learn to reach your subconscious mind with thoughts or spoken words which have been well emotionalized with belief. Do not become discouraged if you cannot control and direct your emotions the first time you try to do so. Remember, there is no such possibility as something for nothing. You cannot cheat, even if you desire to do so. The price of ability to influence your subconscious mind is everlasting persistence in applying the principles described here. You cannot develop the desired ability for a lower price. You and you alone must decide whether or not the reward for which you are striving, the money consciousness, is worth the price you pay for the effort. Your ability to use the principle of autosuggestion will depend very largely upon your capacity to concentrate upon a given desire until that desire becomes a burning obsession. How to strengthen your powers of concentration. When you begin to carry out the instructions in connection with the six steps described in the second chapter, it will be necessary for you to make use of the principle of concentration. Let us here offer suggestions for the effective use of concentration. When you begin to carry out the first of the 6 steps, which instructs you to fix in your own mind the exact amount of money you desire, hold your thoughts on that amount of money by concentration or fixation of attention, with your eyes closed and you can actually see the physical appearance of the money. Do this at least once a day as you go through these exercises. Follow the instructions given in the chapter on faith and see yourself actually in possession of the money. Here is a most significant fact. The subconscious mind takes any orders given in a spirit of absolute faith and acts upon those orders, although the orders often have to be presented over and over again through repetition before they are interpreted by the subconscious mind. Keep forgetting to grab fluids, man. Like, this is ridiculous reading out loud. You get parts. So, better preparation next time. Okay, where am I? Do this at least as you go through these exercises. Follow the instructions given in the chapter on faith and see yourself actually in possession of money. I underestimated the difficulty of reading out loud consistently. Here's the most significant fact. The subconscious mind takes any orders given in the spirit of faith and acts upon those orders, although the orders often have to be presented over and over before they are interpreted by the mind. Following the preceding statement, consider the possibility of playing a perfectly legitimate trick on your subconscious mind by making it believe, because you believe it, that you must have the amount of money you are visualizing, that this money is already waiting your claim, that the subconscious mind must hand you over to you practical plans for acquiring the money which is yours. Hand over the thoughts suggested in the preceding paragraph to your imagination and see what your imagination can or will do. To create practical plans for the accumulation of money through transmutation of your desire. Do not wait for a definite plan through which you intend to exchange services or merchandise in return for the money you visualize. But begin at once to see yourself in possession of the money, demanding and expecting meanwhile that your subconscious mind will hand over the plan or plans you need. Be on the alert for these plans, and when they appear, put them into action. When the plan appears, they will probably flash into your mind through the sixth sense, in the form of an inspiration. Treat it with respect and act upon it as soon as you receive it. In the fourth of the 6 steps, you will be instructed to create a definite plan for carrying out your desire. Begin at once to put this plan into action. You should follow this instruction in the manner described in the preceding paragraph. Do not trust to your reason when creating your plan for accumulating money through the transmutation of desire. Your reasoning faculty may be lazy, and if you depend entirely upon it to serve you, it may disappoint you. When visualizing the money you intend to accumulate with closed eyes, see yourself rendering the service or delivering the merchandise you intend to give in return for this money. 6 steps to stimulate your subconscious mind. The instructions given in connection with the 6 steps in the second chapter will now be summarized and blended with the principles covered by this chapter as follows. First, go into a quiet spot, preferably in your bed, at night, where you will not be disturbed or interrupted. Close your eyes and repeat aloud, so you may hear your own words, the written statement of the amount of money you intend to accumulate, the time limit for its accumulation, and a description of the service or merchandise you intend to deliver in return for the money. As you carry out these instructions, see yourself already in possession of the money. For example, suppose that you intend to accumulate $50,000 by January. 5 years hence, 5 years hence, that you intend to give personal services in return for the money, in the capacity of a salesman. Your written statement for your purpose should be similar to the following. By the first day of January 19, whatever, I will have in my possession $50,000, which will come to me in various amounts from time to time during the interim. In return for this money, I will give the most efficient service of which I am capable, rendering the fullest possible quantity and the best possible quality of service in the capacity of a salesman. describe your service or merchandise websites. I believe that I will have the money in my possession. My faith is so strong that I now see the money before my eyes. I can touch it with my hand. It is now waiting transfer to me at this time, and in the proportion that I deliver the service I intend to render in return for it. I am waiting a plan by which to accumulate this money, and I will follow that plan when it is received. Second, repeat this program night and morning until you can see the money you intend to accumulate. Third, place a written copy of your statement where you can see it night and morning and read it just before retiring and upon arising in the morning until it has been memorized. Remember, as you carry out these instructions that you are applying the principle of auto-suggestion for the purpose of giving orders to your subconscious mind. Remember that your subconscious mind will act only upon instructions which are emotionalized and hand over to it with feeling. Faith is the strongest and most productive of the emotions. Follow the instructions given in this chapter on faith. These instructions may at first seem abstract. Do not let this disturb you. Follow the instructions no matter how abstract or impractical they may seem at first. The time will soon come, if you do as you have been instructed, in spirit as well as in act, when a whole new universe of power will unfold into you. The secrets of mental power. Skepticism, in connection with all new ideas, is characteristic of all human beings. Skepticism. But if you follow the instructions outlined, your skepticism will soon be replaced by belief, and this in turn will soon be crystallized into absolute faith. Many philosophers have made the statement that man is a master of his own earthly destiny, but most of them have failed to say why he is the master. The reason that man may be the master of his own earthly status, and especially his financial status, is thoroughly explained in this chapter. Man may become the master of himself and of his environment because he has the power to influence his own subconscious mind. The actual performance of transmitting desire into money involves the use of autosuggestion as an agency by which one may reach and influence subconscious mind. The other principles are simply tools with which to apply autosuggestion. Keep this thought in mind, and you will, at all times, be conscious of the important part of the principle of autosuggestion is to play in your efforts to accumulate money through the methods of described in this book. After you read the entire book, come back to this chapter and follow in spirit and in action this instruction. Read the entire chapter aloud once every night until you become thoroughly convinced that the principle of autosuggestion is sound, that it will accomplish for you all that has been claimed for it. As you read, underscore with a pencil every sentence which impresses you favorably. Think and grow rich. Follow the foregoing instructions to the letter, and it will open the way for a complete understanding and mastery of the principles of success. Every adversity, every failure, and every heartache carries with it the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. That's the end of chapter 4. That was a lot quicker than chapter 3. That's fine. See you later.